Hello, people of the internet. Let's see. Let me just add this to stage. Let me add me like over here, and let me bump that up a little bit. What I don't. Oh, I'm doing it on the wrong screen. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, now we're good. So I got a credit memes dispensed for bringing this to my attention. Not that they reached out to me, but I just saw it and I looked up the article. I just want all of you red blooded firearm manufacturing Americans to know what's going on here. So, Ghost Gun raid on Staten Island nets arsenal of firearms, 500 rounds of ammo, authorities say. Well, arsenal of firearms. An early morning raid in the customarily quiet residential area of Ed- Eddingville, okay, on Wednesday resulted in the arrest of a man, the seizure of an arsenal of weapons, and more than 500 rounds of ammunition. Yeah, so Barton Fink has it. Sounds like a weak range. I mean, dude, I pop off 500 rounds anytime I go to the range. So Roddy's Rule, how's it going, man? M. Stevens, what an incredible amount of I seriously, I'm not bragging. I order bulk ammo. I order 1,000 rounds at a time of any caliber. So yeah, like Crump Your Dark would say, or and me also. If they saw I wouldn't consider an arsenal my firearms collection and ammo collection or stash. Um, yeah, 500 rounds. First off, if it was 5.7, 500 rounds fits in your left pocket. But anyhow, let's continue. It was around 6 a.m. that law enforcement officials took to the 200 block of Beach Road and executed a warrant in search of a ghost gun. Bum, bum, bum. Neighbors could be seen standing outside to see what the commotion was about. A ghost gun is a firearm with no serial number that can be basically produced using a 3D printer. The weapon, therefore, is untraceable. Unfortunately, that looks like an SCT frame to me. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's an SCT frame. So, yep, yep. Uh, which isn't produced by a 3D printer, and oh well. The ghost gun, allegedly seized by Homeland Security Investigations New York's El Dorado Task Force on the 200 block of Beach Road, Eddingville, Wednesday, May 8th, so a couple weeks back, or a week back, while officers said they did find the manufactured wait, while officers said they did find the manufactured firearm without a serial number, they also alleged they seized numerous unregistered firearms and hundreds of rounds of ammunition in more than a dozen woo, high or normal capacity magazines, as we would say, most humans. So here's the uncommonly interesting thing. If you look at a map of the United States, where all of these things are perfectly legal, except for New York, California, and other communist states, none of these things pose a problem. And I'm going to bet Joe Rea, 57, who was taken into custody by the NYPD, never even had a parking ticket, although that's probably tough to do in New York. The investigation, the operation was overseen by authorities in Homeland Security. That's right, they're coming for you. New York's El Dorado Task Force, EDTF, a multi-agency trash force. That's I said it right the first time. Include NYPD personnel, members of the Financial Crimes Task Force, so FinCEN, are embedded with Homeland Security Investigations, New York's El Dorado Task Force, NYPD Financial Crimes, blah, blah, blah. The multiple agencies, are they doing a victory lap over this guy having, you know, uh, I mean, do you call the guy an upstart? I don't mean to be rude to him, but in New York, I guess maybe that is a weapons cache. As far as I'm concerned, it's your first day shopping. Good start. So authorities have monitored the purchasing history of Rea and believe that he had been gathering components to piece together a ghost gun, said Sergeant Rashwan Bond, commanding officer of the Homeland Security Investigations Financial Crimes Task Force. We just basically track internet purchases from eBay, PayPal, Amazon, different various online companies, Vaughn said. We get a list every other month, backdated a month, with people purchasing components that could possibly create a ghost gun like Rails, the 3D printer, like the Rails, the 3D. All right, so in other words, you buy Rails, the 3D printer, you're on a list. Should a certain number of purchases related to the making, they say certain number, I don't know if they mean quantity or you bought a printer, you bought filament, you bought Rails, that you're on the list. Related to making a ghost gun be made, Vaughn says the task force moves forward in conducting further investigations on the individual, including social media. So, like the library, if you go to a library, they can't read the list of books you've taken out. That's wrong. But you buy crap. Hey, that's all good. Funny thing is, how come they didn't stop the first bombing on the World Trade Center when they actually had video of them making the bomb? But this guy, they could stop. Once the investigators gather enough evidence to warrant a concern, they approach the district attorney with the information and seek out a search warrant for the premises. What was found? After authorities conducted a search, officers allege they seized an arsenal of weaponry. And again, 2 ARs? I mean, I got more than that in parts kicking around. 2 ARs, 2 rifles, a shotgun. Let's see. Oh, I forgot the ghost gun. Ooh, scary ghost gun. Authorities allege they recovered 1 ghost gun, 5 unregistered handguns. We didn't see that. We saw just the picture of the one. 2 ARs, 2 rifles, shotgun, a suppressor. Dude, you're a Chad. You're in the Chad cat. 13 high capacity magazine. Being that I have triskaidekaphobia, that does scare me. Just the number 13, not the high capacity magazines. 500 plus rounds of ammo, dude. And look, it's like boxes of 20. So how many boxes of 20? Oh, okay. Now we see some pistols. I see like 2 Glocks. I see a revolver. Actually, 4 Glocks, a revolver. Okay. According to the spokesman for the NYPD, Rea faces numerous counts of criminal possessions of a weapon and possession of a loaded firearm. He lives in New York. He should have that. Yet this is another fine example of how the federal, local, state partnerships create a synergy and are able to make honest citizens into criminals by arresting them and monitoring their online purchases. Oh, that's not what they said, but that's what I'd be saying. This is scary AF, the world that we live in. And while I didn't monetize this stream, I'm just going to keep going. And as Mr. Goon Beam says, we are all on lists. And that's, honest God, I seriously, like, my FFL's like, well, if you buy this pistol today and the other pistol in a couple of days, I don't have to put you on the list. I'm like, dude, put me on the list. I'm on the list. Doesn't matter. 500 rounds of ammo. That right. That brings back. I remember the first time I got a brick of 500 rounds of ammo. I was like, ooh. Back when I was buying a box of 20 or 50 at a time at Walmart, back when they sold real ammo. Wait, what's Johnny say? I even know that number. I'm on the list. And, well, I'm going to drop off here because Crumpy's calling me. Talk to you later. Yo. What's up, man?